For those of you that may not know me very well, I've been fighting to get my disability for years. Kept getting denied. Denied, 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 denied. Denial is not a river in Egypt. But I keep getting denied. And, for a long time, I didn't really understand why. I mean, I went to all the doctors. I filled out all the paperwork. I jumped through all their stupid little hoops. They literally run me all over the state of Kentucky, spending me hundreds of dollars, by the way. They run me all over, you got to go to Corbin, and you got to go to London, and you got to go to Lexington, and you got to go to McKee. And it's, what the fuck? Running me all over because I'm disabled. Okay, for those of you who don't know, I have a debilitating disease called lymphedema. There is no cure. In some cases, lymphedema is terminal. In my case, though, thankfully it is not. Like I said, there is no cure. There is no treatment. What they suggest is putting compression socks on your legs. But what that will do is force all that fluid in your feet and legs up into your chest cavity. Well, wait a minute. Wait a second. I'm not so sure I want fluid around my heart. That doesn't sound like a good thing at all. That sounds like a bad thing. All right, especially for somebody that's been in the medical field. That sounds like a bad thing, having fluid around your heart. That don't sound good at all. But that's what the compression socks would do. They would literally push all that fluid from your feet and legs up into your chest cavity, or at least up into the stomach area. Well, I don't want that. That don't sound good. Not only that, but it would be painful. Okay, you're already in pain, and then the compression socks pushing all that fluid up out of your feet and legs and into your body would be even more painful. And adding to the pain of the lymphedema is, no, thank you. They wanted me to put them on, and they tried to put them on, and it's like, oh my God, dude, you're killing my ass. So, yeah. And so we're going to talk about SSI and SSDI because we can and because we should. Because apparently some lunkhead thought it would be a good idea to lump disability in with SSI, which used to be separate years ago, okay? And so we're going to discuss it hot and heavy because I've been trying to get the shit and realized why I've suddenly realized why I cannot get it, ever. And you can't either, by the way. And we're going to discuss that. Like I said, some lunkhead in Washington, D.C. thought it would be a cute idea to lump SSI and SSDI with normal disability. And so you can't get disability because it's tied to SSI's criterion. So, well, gee, Von, what is SSI's criterion? Well, I'm glad you asked because we're gonna discuss it. Let me go on ahead and move this over to here, and then we will go on ahead and share the screen, and we will discuss this hot and heavy. Let's see here. There we go. Beautiful. All right, anyway, SSI and SSDI, similarities and differences. And these government programs pay monthly income to people in need. Not anymore, they don't. Not anymore, they don't. Many or all of the products featured on this page are from our advertising partners. Oh, well, good for you. All right, so the main difference between Supplemental Security Income, SSI, and Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI, is that SSI is an entitlement program with no work-related requirements, whereas SSDI is an earned benefit that has work requirements to qualify. Both programs pay monthly benefits to people with disabilities. Not anymore, they don't, unless you're a fucking street beggar. Then they will, but you got to be a fucking street beggar. And we're going to get into that. I'm going to prove that here in just a few seconds. SSI versus SSDI, an overview. SSI sends monthly income to people with low income or limited resources who are blind, 65 or older, or have a qualifying disability. The 2024 monthly maximum SSI benefit is $943 for individuals and $1,415 for couples. Benefits are set by law and are uniform for all applicants. Okay, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how bad off you are. It doesn't matter how long you've worked. It doesn't matter what your age is or anything. You only get $943 Sucks to be you. All right, your work history does not affect your eligibility. Social Security taxes do not fund SSI. Income taxes and other taxes do. Income from other sources, including Social Security retirement, can lower the amount you receive from SSI. To be eligible for SSI, you can't own stocks, cash, or other resources collectively worth more than $2,000. Are you listening? You can't own more than $2,000 worth of stuff. If you do, you don't get SSI. They say, well, fuck me, Vaughn, a goddamn beater outside going to cost, a little beater car that you buy used is going to cost $2,000 these days. Yeah, I know. Well, they're going to let you keep your car and they're going to let you have your house. But if you have jewelry in your home, if you have furniture in your home, if you have anything that exceeds $2,000, so you get to keep your home, but you can't have no furniture, no jewelry, no paintings on the walls. Now, I read one website that said, "Oh, we'll let you keep some paintings on the wall, but they got to be, they got to be cheap knockoffs. They can't be the real thing." So, like, if you, let's say you have the real Mona Lisa hanging on your wall in your home. Sorry, you gotta cough that up, buddy. If you got an expensive painting on your wall, you got to cough that shit up, bro. Sucks to be you. So let's see. SSDI works more like insurance. If someone becomes unable to do their job because of a medical disability, they can apply for. Now, listen to what it says. SSDI works more like insurance. If someone becomes unable to do their job because of a medical disability, they can apply for disability benefits. To be eligible, you must meet work-related requirements. Notice they don't go into detail there. There's a reason for that. Benefit amounts are based on an applicant's lifetime average earnings. Through paycheck deductions, worker pay for SSDI with Social Security taxes. SSDI may pay a higher benefit than SSI. SSDI doesn't have resource limits, meaning you can own stocks or other assets. Well, then that just ducky. But we're going to get into why you can't get it any fucking way. Social Security Administration administers both SSI and SSDI. Okay, so what they don't tell you here, you must meet work-related requirements. So I called them up and I said, hey, man, I want my disability. I have lymphedema. I jumped through all the hoops, went to doctors, got confirmed by a doctor. Yeah, you got lymphedema. Yeah, you got a back going out. Yeah, you got a hip. Well, on my back, he said, when I described it to him and he examined me, he says, okay, you have severe muscle spasms in your back. And, I said, well, is there a cure for that? He said, no, not what you got. There isn't. I'm like, oh, well, gee, that's nice. But anyway, so I got, I got the lymphedema in my feet and legs. I got severe muscle spasms, his words, in my back. And then I got a hip going out. Shoe in for disability, right? Yeah. Well, shit, Bon, you should be getting disability. No problem. The problem is that you notice there is no word disability here. Only SSI and SSDI. Now, SSDI does have the word disability in it. But like they said themselves, it's based on criteria of SSI. It's not, see, years and years ago, back way before, if you became disabled, you went and applied for disability from the government. And the government would give you X amount of dollars, depending upon how disabled you were. If you were 100% disabled, you got 100% disability. If you were partially disabled, then they would determine how much partially disabled you were, and you would get a certain amount based on that. Now, I have lymphedema in my feet and legs. I got a back going out, and I got a hip going out. So I'm pretty fucked up. But I'm still mobile. I can still walk around. So what the government would do in that instance, say, okay, well, you can still walk around. You just can't be on your feet for long periods, which is what work requires you to do. So we'll give you partial disability, and it could be 50%, 75%, 25%, depending upon, how severe your situation is. Now, I'm racked with constant pain, and that will never go away. And it doesn't matter how many horse pills you take or how many steroid shots you get, you will constantly have pain. So that's never going away. I've learned to live with it over the years, in fact. So, but you notice disability isn't by itself anymore. It's tied directly to SSI criterion. Okay, so when I call this lady up and I'm talking to her, and this is a disability specialist, an attorney that I guess, or somebody that deals specifically with disability, she informs me, now get that, you're going to love this, guys. You're going to fucking love this, okay? This is just going to blow your mind. Putin is going to be laughing when I say this. Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, is literally going to bust out laughing when I tell you what I'm about to tell you. You ready for this shit? Here we go. I call this woman, I'm talking to her on the phone. And she says that because you haven't worked in 5 years, you don't get any disability. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. The reason I haven't worked in 5 years, ma'am, is because I'm disabled. Yeah, we know that, but we're not going to give you a disability because you haven't worked in 5 years. But that's the whole fucking reason I haven't worked is because I'm disabled. No, we know that. We understand that, sir, but we can't give you nothing because you haven't worked in 5 years. And I'm like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? So basically, you can't get disability because you're disabled. Are you fucking kidding me? Now I kept my cool. I was very calm. I was very rational with the woman. I was, I didn't jump on her or anything. I didn't go ape shit. I kept my cool. But inside, I'm fucking ready to explode. I'm like, wait a minute. You can't get disability because you're disabled? And see, it's because they tied it to this SSI criteria. See, that's why it's called SSDI. Because you can't get disability now unless it's tied to the SSI. And the SSI criteria is very specific. Whereas years ago, when disability was by itself, you would get disability pay. Okay, man, you got messed up. Okay, go get your disability. And then, like I said, they would determine how much disability you got based on how disabled you were. If you're partially disabled, you get X amount, 20%, 50%, 75%, whatever. And if you were totally disabled, you got the whole enchilada. Well, not anymore, boys and girls. Disability is gone and is replaced by SSI and SSDI. And that's it. You can't get so if you get hurt and cannot work, you can't get disability. You literally cannot get disability because you're disabled. And this was told to me by a supposed disability expert. And I'm like, now I felt like asking them, so wait a minute, you mean I can't get disability because I'm disabled? I would love to know the fucking mental midget that thought it was a good idea to tie disability to SSI. Because they need the fucking Darwin Award more than anybody I can think of. This is the most ridiculous, the most asinine bullshit that I've ever heard coming to my ears in my entire fucking... Putin is laughing at this right now. Putin is literally laughing at it. Do you think that Putin would deny his people disability just because they can't work? No, that's the whole damn point of getting them their disability is because they can't work. So Putin, I'm sure, is laughing his ass off at this video if he sees it. Because allegedly Putin does watch my shit. Believe it or not, I'm not even making that up. Supposedly he watches my shit. So hi Vlad, how you doing? But I mean, this is insanity. Normal common sense would tell you, hey, you're disabled. You can't work. You need to get, some money to live on so that you don't die, so that you can pay your bills, so that you can keep going. Oh, wait a minute. According to the website here, I just showed you, if you got more than $2,000, sucks to be you. Well, fuck me. There's your furniture in your home right there. You're gonna have to sell your furniture, and then they might give it to you. And I grilled her on this one. I said, "No, let me see if I understand right. You'll let me keep my old beater car as long as it's an old beater car, because it's got to be an old beater car. It can't be anything of value. It's got to be an old beater car. Your house has to be an older home. It can't be a brand new home. But you're allowed to keep them. So if you got an old beat up house and you got an old beat up car, they'll let you keep it. And they said they let you keep paintings on the wall as long as they're cheap knockoffs. But if they're like, the Mona Lisa or the Louvre or, some other famous painting, fuck you. You got to sell that shit. You cannot have assets more than $2,000. Well, shit, there goes your refrigerator and stove. Bye. See ya. It's like, wait a minute, what? No, you got to get rid of it. You can't have anything more than $2,000. I am not making this shit up. I just read it to you. So if you got a nice refrigerator and stove, yeah, fuck you. Got to get rid of it. Got some nice furniture? Not anymore. You don't, because you ain't gonna get no disability. When you are disabled and can't work, you should get disability so that you have an income coming in to live on. But they have set it up through SSI to where you have to meet SSI criteria, which totally keeps you from getting the very help you need. Yes, they really did that. Now, I don't know if it was the dumbass Republicans that did this shit or if it was the dumbass Democrats that did this shit, but whoever did this needs a fucking Darwin Award wrapped around their fucking head. You can't get disability because you're disabled. Literally. That's what she told me on the phone. Said, "Oh, well, you've been disabled for 5 years or more." I said, "Yes, I can't work. I've been trying for years now to get my disability, and y'all won't give it to me." Well, we can't, because we certainly can't now, because you've been out of work for over 5 years. Wait, what? What? The whole damn point of getting the disability is because I can't work. But you're saying because I haven't worked, I can't get the disability. What the fuck? What the flying fuck? America has gone fucking insane. They've literally gone insane. Not even joking. They have literally gone fucking insane. So God help you. If you got a nice home and you got nice paintings on the wall and you got nice furniture and you got nice vehicles, typically, here in Kentucky, typically we got a truck and a car. And you get disabled, you're fucked. Because in order to get your disability, you're going to have to get rid of at least one of the vehicles. You're going to have to get rid of all the paintings on your walls. You might have to get rid of your refrigerator, your stove, and your furniture, which means you'll have an empty house. You won't have nothing to sit on or TV to watch or any TV, widescreen TV, $2,000. Boom, right there. There it is. There's your $2,000 right there. Widescreen TV's what, $1,500, something like that. There's your $2,000 right there, almost. It's insane. It's fucking insane. America has gone fucking mental. And I'm sure Putin is going to counter this. I'm sure he's going to get him a speech together. I guarantee it. He'll get him a speech together, and he's going to absolutely fry America over this one. He's going to have a lot of fun with this, I bet. Because he's going to get up and he's going to have a speech and he's going to say, "Hey, guys, guess what? In America, if you're disabled, you can't get disability because you can't work. And you can't work because you're disabled. And so you can't get disability because this is the most ridiculous, stupidest, idiotic bullshit that I have ever heard in my born days. And I've been on this earth for 60 years. And I ain't never heard nothing as stupid in my life as we can't give you disability because you're disabled and you can't fucking work." But that's the whole goddamn point of getting the fucking disability, is because you're sick and you can't work, or you're hurt and you can't work. That's the whole damn point of it. So you better pray to God, or gods in my case, that you never fall and get hurt. Because if you do, you're fucked. You're either going to have to do without disability income, which means you have no income, or you're going to have to sell all your shit. You can't have more than $2,000 because this is insane. Well, no wonder everybody's been giving me the runaround though, because you can't get it. You can't fucking get it. It's literally designed so that if you get hurt, you can't get shit. No matter which one of these you pick, SSI or SSDI, you would literally have to be a bum on the street in order to qualify to get either one of these. Because if you don't own any assets at all, and that's the term they use even, by the way, assets. If you have assets over $2,000 or you haven't worked in 5 years or more, they're not going to give you shit. You're fucked. You say, well, Vaughn, it takes about 5 years of fighting with them through the telephone in order to get it in the first place. Yeah, exactly. So it's a ploy, it's a trick, it's a trap, it's a scam. Okay, keep him fighting to get it for 5 or more years, and then you could just tell him, oh, well, we're not going to give it to you because you haven't worked in 5 years. Sounds like a scam to me. Sounds like a Ponzi scheme, even. You know,